Well, good morning folks, and welcome back to another Fish Talk video. Or if you're a new subscriber or a new viewer, welcome to Fish Talk video. Today is Friday the 10th of September and it is the first day out of lockdown for rural Victoria. So I'm going to take the boat. I'm going to take it up to Lake Dartmouth. Dartmouth has basically been closed for about 3 to 4 weeks, maybe a month or so. So I'm hoping that with the small amount of fishing pressure that it's had over that time, that the fishing should be pretty good. Lovely day. I'm going to have cloud cover today. Looks like it's going to be a fairly calm day as well. So I'll get on the road. It's around about 20 past 7, hoping to be fishing by about 8:45, 9 o'clock. That is Tatonga Inlet down there. Rarely sees water. It's only when the weir gets up above around 80%, which in recent years is pretty rare. So with the weir at almost 100% now, it's filled up and looking good. It'll probably be quite a breeding ground for carp, I would say, at the moment. But anyway, plenty of other species might take advantage of it too. Let's hope they do. Well, here we are at Lake Dartmouth, folks. 7 vehicles here. By the look of it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll make number 8. The conditions look absolutely superb, actually. So I'll get my boat ready. We haven't got a pontoon to pull up to now. Lake's been rising fairly steadily. You can see there's a lot of wattle stuff happening in the water over there, but no, she's looking really good. So I'll get the boat ready up here so that if somebody comes in and they're ready to go, I'm not holding them up. Okay, well, we're on the water. We've finally got out here. There's another boat just coming in now, so there's actually 6 cars with trailers and 1 without, plus mine. There's a bit of stuff on the surface, as you might expect. We've had a lot of rain recently. I probably expected a few more boats here today, to tell you the truth, but I'm not complaining either. So I'm going to start off with this bullet lure on the surface, and then on my lead lines down here I'm going to put out either a crick hopper, which is ready to go, or I might put out a worm. I think I might try a worm first up, see how we go. Okay, I have bullet lure on the surface there, and over here at about 2.5 to 3 colours I have a lead line with a worm on it. Now I've just started fishing not far from the boat ramp, it's just over there, and I'm going to work my way around towards this point up here. Jamie and I, and of course Darren and I, when we come up, have done all right on this area in the past, so no point going millions of miles to catch fish if they're going to be close by. So it's worth at least half an hour to find out whether that's the case. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Well, beautiful conditions. Currently in 186 feet of water. Shouldn't be too much underneath there to cause me any grief just yet. Okay, we got a fish on. I might just pull us back to neutral because I don't think he's very big though. There's a little brown on the end of there by the look of it. There we go. 1 fish in the boat. 1 brown trout on the worm. About 3 colours of lead line. 40 minutes, no, 25 minutes in. Terrific. Okay. When threading a worm, you've got to get it right from the very tip of it. You don't want it to have a bit hanging off, otherwise it'll spin. Get it to around about where the gape is and bring it through the side. Good idea if you've got some sort of a catch scent to put that on as well. I like using this Ultrabite. As I've said many times before, I just believe that it masks the human odour, and so therefore presents a more natural bait to the fish. It's also not a bad idea with your first fish to just see if they've been eating anything. You can often tell whether they've been to the surface or not by the stomach contents. If it's full of little galaxids or smelt, they've probably been down deep. If it's full of terrestrial insects, of course, they've been feeding off the top. So anyway, we'll examine this little fella and we'll get back to you soon. Okay, stomach contents examination revealed nothing. So he's got an empty gut, so it doesn't tell me anything. But he was caught at around about 3 colours of lead line, so he is a deep water fish. We're out again. One thing that we normally do, if we get a fish at a certain level on a certain bait or lure, then we don't change it. We keep it going for a while, see if it's going to work again. Give it another half hour or 3/4 of an hour. If nothing happens, it might have been a once-off. Might have been the area we were in. That's another thing we do. We go back over the same spot if we can at least one more time, see if there's any other fish in the area. But so I've got a worm out again, bullet lure over this side. If the bullet lure doesn't attract anything in the next half an hour or so, then I'll change it up to something else. We'll see, possibly another colour. We'll see how we go. I've still got the worm out on about 3 colours over there, but on this one I've got a surface forward fender with a mud eye behind it, just to see whether that might help as well. We'll try that for a little while, and pretty soon I think I might head up into the 8 Mile and see what's going on up there. Oh, fish on, fish on. Definitely fish on this time. No, he's gone. He's gone. I've only got 2 mud eyes left. This is only a small one, but hopefully he'll do the trick. That fish was on the surface on a mud eye behind a gold or coppery coloured forward fender. Bait only around about 12 to 14 inches back from the fender itself. You don't need a big long drop off on the things. For some reason they don't tend to worry the trout. They excite them more than anything. So don't put your baits or your lures too far back from your fenders if you're using them up here, because they work fine. Got up a little bit. I've brought myself over to the 8 Mile, and at the moment I've got 2 lead lines out, one with a worm, one with an autumn brown crick hopper. 3 colours on that, about 4 colours on that one. Again, we'll give it a half an hour and see what happens. Within that time I'll probably move them both up and down a little bit. I don't really want to go to downriggers yet, because they're a whole lot harder to sort out, especially if the wind's going to be a problem. So if I can get fish this way, I'll be very, very happy. But if not, I might have to think about a downrigger a bit later on. Nice and quick. That's the worm. We'll soon see. The fender's staying down. Yeah, there's a fish on. I can see in the background there. Again, not a real huge one, but at the moment we're not turning the world on fire. Come on, there we go. Oh, that's number 2 in the boat. Bit of a carbon copy of the first one, I think. Similar size brown trout. Anyway, that's a good start. Some life in the 8 mile. Okay, get it back in the water. You might notice, folks, that I kept the boat going. It's much easier if you can do that, if it'll stay straight or straightish. Just makes it easier than trying to stop and have your lead line drop and tangle up and everything else. It's just a much better method. Yeah, looks like I've got one on here. Yep. Stay away from that other line, you bugger. Yeah, fish on all right. Now, the interesting bit. All right, now things are starting to improve. That one on a autumn brown quick hopper. That little fella there with the double opposing hooks on the back. Things are starting to look up now. So they're pretty much a pigeon pair, these two. Not huge. I'll check one out and see how big it is. About 37 to 38 centimetres, so not very big at all really, but still I intend to smoke these up, so they should be really nice for that. They'll smoke really well. My lead line reels are LBs, LB 456 and 456B. They are discontinued now. That's the B, and this is my old 456. It's been with me for over 20 years and has never missed a beat. It's been a fantastic reel. They're a bit slower to come in than an overhead, but I think you've got far more control with them. So that's why I prefer to use them. Rods are Daiwa beef sticks, about 7 footers I think. And I try to use 14 or 12 pound lead line if I can. 18 at the most, never 27, because heavier lead line is only a breaking strain. So they've all got the same amount of lead in them. So if you go for the 27, you've got a thicker line, which in reality doesn't go as deep as the thinner ones because of drag. So that's my advice for what it's worth. If you're getting into lead lining, don't go any higher than an 18 pound lead line. If you get something that busts you off at 18 pound, it's either going to be a big tree or a very, very big trout. One of the dangers of these alpine lakes, especially when they're filling like this, is that a lot of trees fall and lose limbs. So you have crocodiles like that floating around. Very hard to see sometimes. So you've got to proceed with caution. Worth me trolling past this thing because fish will sometimes see it as a aggravated, whatever they call it, one of those places where they gather. So I'll bring the boat past it. You never know, might be something close by. I've been given a new release clip to try out here. It works with a magnet, so come from the United States. So I'm going to give it a run for a while before I go home and just see. It should be good, and if it does, I'll set up a video and show you just how it works later. Well, the new release clip is on that downrig at the moment, with just a straight double clutch down at around about 30 feet. So we'll see what happens. If it gets a touch, hopefully it will release easy. But the beauty of this sort of clip is you can put a lot of load from the top on and it won't release. It'll only release when horizontal load comes on, which is when a fish takes it. So we'll see how we go. Right, these two fellas are up here from Wangaratta, and they have done very nicely indeed. All brown trout, beautifully coloured fish, this bloke, and a really good size. So well done, fellas. My three that I kept, all about that. Yep. Those three. That'd look like mine.
How long is he? Yeah, he's
48, 49, yeah. No, that's a good fish. Well done, fellas. Okay, makes the trip worthwhile. All right. Okay, thanks, guys. Well, a few more cars here than there was this morning. I think I was one of 7 this morning. When I got back, I counted 18 here, so a few have come in through the day. Those fellas are from Wangaratta, first time up here, and they've done pretty well themselves. They got their fish at around about the 3 metre mark, 10 feet down. So I may have been fishing a little bit deep today, I'm not sure, but I'll be back, and hopefully we'll get a few more then. This has been Fish Talk. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you're not a subscriber, please think about subscribing. Hit the button and the little notification bell, and you'll get more from Fish Talk video in the future. Bye for now.